Hey guys, it is Bo. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be gone. This is going to be it until April. I might put something up here over the holidays, but I'm really not into chasing anything after I get back. So I'll be leaving here in a few days, but I wanted to do one last video for you guys. One last look at the track to help you guys that are maybe wanting to do seamless, or if you have some unevenness in floors. I think I figured out something that is pretty ideal. So right now, we have the hill. I built the hill based on um, the piping, which I'll go up and give you a closer look here. Yeah, it's 3/4 inch PVC piping, and going back from when I originally built it, I designed it in a certain way, but then made sure that every horizontal piece was exactly the same. And then I made sure that every um, vertical piece was exactly the same. So as the cuts went up, I made sure that the measurements were exact, and it is sturdy as can be. So it really holds a hill well. I have big L brackets in, and what I did is I wrapped a bunch of electrical tape. There's thickness to it, okay? And so those things sit right in. So it's in the same place every single time. I have a bracing underneath, and I've tested different various bracing um, areas. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see. I placed a mark under there, right there. And as long as that is visible, just barely, and it's probably not visible because of the shadow, I know this thing is placed exactly where it needs to be. Coming down to the transition, it is my homemade transition. It's based on um, some mitered wood and some shims. And I've able to reproduce consistency in the hill based on the placements of each with Velcro. So I'm setting the pieces in place exactly the same. Transition's good. I was able to get 1x6s, which I used for the hill, to run on the kitchen floor. There's some unevenness on the kitchen floor, but those 1x6s just level it out really, really nice. So if you guys who are cramped for space or wanting to level things out, yeah, those 1x6s are great, absolutely great, and really are a great base for the track. Now here's my own custom made problem. I shouldn't say custom made, it's my custom problem. I'm going from carpet to hardwood floor. And so in the past, up until today, so I haven't run tests on it yet, I would set the track, whether I had my previous track or whether I have the seamless track, I would set it on other pieces of track to support it. And what would happen, it was good, but it wasn't ideal. Uh, there would still be some wonkiness of this track one way or another to the very slightest degree. And so a car would come down. We're going to see Bruce here in a minute. A car would come down, and as it was coming off the hill, it would hit this area and go one way or another way. It wouldn't stay stable. And so I had to have a fix for that. There had to be something solid underneath here because for running it on carpet, it wasn't going to be even to that. So I needed to build this up. The track was how I built that up, but it didn't sit right. It just sat off a little bit, so cars would be inconsistent. I wanted my cars to run on the hardest surface possible the whole way through. I didn't want to run them on any type of carpeting or anything like that because I just feel like there'd be more speed here on a hard surface. So, I was in a pretty cool supply store. It's so huge. And they had these 2 and 13/16 wide pieces of steel. And so I bought 3 of them, and I ended up not needing this one. I only needed 2 pieces for underneath here. Okay. And so I've run this steel along the length of that floor, and it does 2 things. It evens this out perfectly. So the transition, I think, is ideal. It really is ideal. It's um, a very smooth transition, but provides max speed off of it. So now, no matter what cars are on this, it's coming off. But now the cars are coming off straight. There is no more of that sideways movement. They just flow right from there, right on onto this flat, and there is no type of wiggle, you should say. So we're going to see something a little different that way today. Um, so I didn't need this one, but the bottom of the track between under the rail to under the rail was 2 3/4 inches wide. So the fact that these steel pieces were 2 13/16 wide, it's just a little bit bigger. So they sit on there absolutely perfectly, dead on. And then what we have here is, I mean, it's just a smooth transition right to the flat. So there is perfect levelness between the carpet and the floor. So for right now, after months, I don't even know how long it's been, 3 months, 4 months, I think the home built track is about as ideal as I can get it. In terms of speed, we have seamless track from one end to the other. They measure exact lengths to 20.75 inches from the top of that pin when the pin is up down to the back light of the finish line. Because I was looking, this will be the last thing, then we'll race some cars. How about it? I was looking at on the Boomershine finish gate, which is absolutely incredible. Dawn, you are amazing. It doesn't trip the light here. It doesn't trip the light even when it's at the front of that light, at least on my setup. Now, everybody could have maybe a little bit different setup. It trips it when it goes to the tip of the car to the back of the light. Not to here, but to here. So from the back of the light to the pin itself is exact 20.75 inches. And yeah, proud of the track. So let's run some cars, which unfortunately will be probably my last time for a very, very long time. So it's kind of a bittersweet day here to run these cars, but then knowing that'll be it for a while. Last thing I did is I did build a tunnel. I'm so tired of seeing it hit stop bags, and stop bags can either stop the car too damn quickly, where there's like a collision impact, or hit the car and bounce back so damn hard. I mean, that's a hard collision as well too. So um, I created like a tunnel effect using batting. I cut out the batting and put some good old duct tape on there. Now there's batting underneath there to make it nice and soft. But as the cars go in, I mean, they just go in and stop. They just come to a slow but sure stop, and they stay there. There's no collisions. There's no anything. Nothing's pressing down on them. This is very, very light, you know. So you go in, you grab the car, and you're good. So trying to do a setup because my cars were just getting torn up by the collisions into each other or into the bag or flying off the track. I'm going to shut up and we're going to show you what we're going to race today. Be right back. Guys, I'm back. Here's what we're going to test for the last time. Of the different series that I do, I like the Is It Fast? Okay, Is It Fast kind of seems to give us what we need in terms of looking at different castings and seeing if there's potential. A lot of you guys are then chasing some of those vehicles, stocking up on them, and certainly finding some killers, which is so cool to see. I am so excited seeing those salt shakers run. Just happened last night. I mean, the fast ones are just absolutely incredible. I have no excuses for my Zamac. At first, my Zamac was faster than my Man of Steel, which is in the 31 to 40 category. It would beat it consistently. And what happens, guys, and this is, I always try to help you, don't kill your cars with graphite. I'm a damn perfectionist. As you can see, I've mothered this track, but I think I've done this in the right way. But what I would do is I'd run a car, and if it didn't run a time right away, I'm grabbing it. I'm throwing graphite into it. There is a point of diminishing returns. And sometimes you just have to be patient and just consider it. Maybe it's just the temperature or humidity, and go ahead and run that car maybe one or two more times over the period of your next sessions. And then if you're not seeing anything, go ahead and rework. But honest to God, guys, I'm trying to stop, but I literally rework cars as they're running. So with my Zamac, it's slow as hell. It showed it last night, but it's pilot error. The car originally was faster than my X Racers. I'm not saying it would have won. Those other cars were amazing. I'm thinking it would have ran maybe high 2080s or low 2090s when it was at its best, but it sucked. And you are looking at the guy that made it suck. So here, we're going to see some fresh works. We're going to see cars going down the track out of the package. These cars have been worked. This car has been worked, and it's one of my first attempts at sanding. I don't know if that still considers a car stock or not. I'm not that guy that makes that call, but if if it does help a car, I'm going to find out, and I'm learning how to do it. Um, I think I've made this car a little bit faster. That was tested on another version of this track, so we'll find out today. Um, I'll show you a car that I did sand that I made a little bit faster and brought it back into the ranks. So I mean, sanding is to me a modder's technique, but I mean if there is something to the fact that there are mold holes on here, there's more mold holes on all these cars. So if all we're doing is trying to sand to the point to take the mold holes off and make the wheels a little bit um, rounder, I don't know. I guess it's okay. I'm not going to try to get into that too much with my cars, but this guy here was out, and all I did to him was sand it and throw a little more dust in it, and boom, he's now back in the ranks. There was no doubt about it that that car was much slower. I'm going to say about 15,000 slower than what it is currently. So I know there is a difference. Guys that know how to do it, build, those modders or builders, you're amazing at it. So that's my second or third attempt. I think there was that car and another car I did. I mean, I did some before, but I didn't really do it with accurate testing. So I think I've done three cars. This is like my third. So we'll see how it does today. Let's take a look. We're going to be racing. This is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. All right. And this is the newest version. It is in red. And the white one was actually pretty fast. So we'll see what the red one's about. And here is, again, the Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione. And it was in Brandon's race. It did really well. I think it might be a little heavier than the 30-gram class, but I mean, it is what it is. The car itself is a beautiful car, and I like those Y5s. How about it? So we'll see what it does. You know them, you love them. Like I say, I hate them anymore, but I'm gonna run some funnies for you because there is just that odd curiosity I think we all have about the funnies. Mine has lessened over time. Um, they're typically slow. I tortured my fastest car. Um, so you saw my salt shaker, right? Sucks. My fault. Not the car's fault. However, this guy here, when I got it out, was running 2039s and 2044 with no graphite. Fastest thing I think I've ever pulled out um, with with just bare wheels. When I worked it the first few times, it was by far my fastest car. It was running low 2022s, 2025s, and that was on my old track. That was not on the seamless. That was not on the exact length. So that car would have probably ran in the high 20 teens or definitely low 2020s consistently. I've mothered this car. I've mothered it with graphite, and even though I have him in my number one spot, I don't believe it's my number one car anymore. Don't overwork. Don't overwork. If you're doing a rework and it doesn't work, I would back off and wait to see what happens the next day or the next time you run. Maybe give it a couple sessions and then go ahead and rework. But if you're gonna do what I do, or did, hopefully, I break the habit of just throwing graphite in after each and every pass, it'll kill a car. It'll kill a car. This thing, like that salt shaker, were really, really fast. I mean, this one was more amazing than the salt shaker. The salt shaker, like I say, would have been competitive. That guy there, I've never seen anything like it. But I think I might have killed it. So please don't kill them. Back at it. Let's start it out by doing the car that's in the Heroes for Hot Wheels pack. That was in, I believe, the early to mid 90s. You got a VCR tape, and this Zenderfact 4 was on top of that pack. So I broke it open, and I have worked the wheels, and we'll test it. Also, we're going to test the new Knight Rider. I believe this guy I had tested before, but I did just do one rework on it, nothing crazy. I just want to see what kind of speed I can get out of it here on the seamless. So we'll start out with these guys, and we'll go from there. All right, let's do some first testing of this track together. I can't wait. I'm as excited about the catch down there as I am with anything else. But just to see what that steel underneath that bracing does for the speeds. Again, the new length, the proper length has helped speeds, and certainly the dual lanes of seamless. It's just more than I thought this was going to be when I started this. But I'm at a point now where I'm thrilled with it, and let's see how things run. As I'm looking at this, I do think I tried to do some sanding to these wheels. Look at those wheels. Those aren't stock wheels. So I do have this sanded a little bit. I think it's at 1,000 grit. See what it does. Never was in the ranks, but it was close. It was close. So we'll do a single run of it first. This is the Knight Rider, currently of the 2022 edition. Hot looking car. Hate that thing in the front. I mean, I get why it's there. It's part of the whole spiel. But anyway, let's run cars. How about it? Hot lap 1. Eh? Eh? Ooh, whoa. Whoa, kids. What the fuck is that? Excuse the French if kids are watching. 2040? Let's switch it up. Okay. Let's switch this up, and yeah, don't tell me that sanding doesn't make a difference. Now let's see what happens here. But holy whatever. Are you kidding me? Run hot lap 2. What? Oh my god. 2040 and 2043 with a car that weighs under 40 grams. All right then. Let's go weigh him up just to, and I'll show you the weight. Then we'll go run the Zender, and then we'll race them together. Wow. All right, sports fans. There it is, 39.6 for this Knight Rider. I don't even know what to say. I mean, all I did was run this over 1,000 grit for maybe 20 seconds. One way, any other way total 20 seconds. Okay. Not sanded. This is stock. So difference between me and other guys might not tell you what they do if they sanded wheels. I just did. And I'll tell you anything that I do to a car. I don't care. If sanded wheels are not allowed to a race and I'm sending something to a race, I guarantee you they will not be sanded wheels. You know, it's just that simple. I mean, why do that? That's stupid. That's wrong. But anyway, I'm still not over that. I am still not over that. Okay, let's run this. The Zenderfact 4 Heroes on Hot Wheels Edition. And maybe that steel on the bottom of the track made a difference. We're going to find out here real quick. Yeah, it made a difference. That car's on a 2059 car. Oh my God. Life is just different right now. We'll run him one more time, guys. Then I'm going to do something before I race the Knight Rider in this head-to-head. Gotta see something. Holy rip, guys. We're seeing this for the first time together. So, Zender Fact 4. Wow. Talk about blowing up somebody's world. That just blew up my entire collection. That's a beautiful thing right there. Wow. Wow is all I can say. Good Lord. That car shouldn't be running that kind of time. I was doing some testing the other day without the steel, with just the track underneath. And there was only one car in the 31 to 40 plastic that was running the kind of times. I shouldn't say it. There was two cars. There was this GHO Torino, custom Torino, and there was the Man of Steel. Everything else was not running that time. Let's pull out a random car. Let's go with number 7. And this is the Lotus Esprit FTE. And let's do a hot lap with him, because he was running about 2060 before. And all I've done different, I haven't done anything to these wheels. These wheels are stock, and the only thing different is the steel underneath. I know hard surfaces are faster. I knew they were. And crazy. Here we go. Hot lap 1. This should be interesting. 2060s before. Last week when I ran them. 2060s then. Wow. Wow. Let's change lanes. Oh my. Sorry to keep you with me, because I've been doing some stop action and taking you back up, but I just want y'all to make sure that I don't do anything to these cars. If I do, I'll tell you, but I don't do anything to these cars between runs. I just bring them right back up to the line and say it's hot lap number 2. Good night. Guys, he was running 2058, but mainly 2060 to 2065 on the same seamless track. Now, at 2060s, he was a 100th faster based on the seamless. So taking it from the 2-foot separated track, even though it's beautiful, to the seamless, it gained a 10th. And I saw cars gain all over the place. There was no doubt about that. I think I showed you. But just being on a hard surface, even though that this shit right here was on top of track. Wow. Okay. Let's focus and get back what we're going to do for the day, and then maybe I'll throw a few bonus runs in. Our Zendervac 4 is in lane 1. The Knight Rider is in lane 2. Sanded wheels, not sanded wheels. Here we go. Oh my. One and done. 2044 to 2061. 2061 for a car that probably will not make the ranks now is ridiculous. So I don't know what the rank cars are going to be running. We saw what the number 7 car was running. Holy shit. All right, one and done there. Let's put them up against that Alfa Romeo with sanded wheels and see what we got. Alfa in lane 2. The Knight Rider Firebird in lane 1. We haven't run that Alfa sanded wheel one yet, but we'll see what happens here. Race 1. Oh, Knight Rider. Holy rip. 2043 to 2067 for that Alfa. And you saw what that Alfa did at Brandon's. I mean, these wheels are pretty damn nice. That's one and done. Let's go weigh these up. We'll show you what the weight is on them, and we'll move on. Whoops. Well, you're watching me get set up, I guess, huh? All right, guys, we've got everything set up, and we got the Mustang in lane 1 for the hot lap. Here we go. That's pretty horrible. 2112. Let's switch it up. Hot lap 2. Based on the times we saw out of the Zenderfact 4 and the Knight Rider, that is crawling. Don't know what's going on there, guys. I don't know what you saw or didn't see, but I was weighing up the Mustang 32.5, Alpha 32.6. It's the ones we just ripped. Let's put the Alpha in the blocks. Hot lap number 1, dry, no graphite. Horrible. I don't know how that car, it's on Brandon's is fast. Now that's not work, but we'll see what he does. But this will be 2 now that I'll have tested. 1 with sanded wheels. I won't be sanding these wheels, but we'll see what we can get out of this. Hot lap number 2 for a dry Alpha. Horrible. Even worse. 2161. That is absolutely terrible. Hundreds and thousands of cars that I've tested, guys. And I can't explain results when they're not on my track. But I'm telling you, I mean, be looking forward to whatever speed we can find here with our new setup. So we'll go ahead and we'll dust these bad boys up. We'll see if we can't make them any better, which I hope we can. All right, guys, check out the Alpha wheels. There's the rear wheel of the Alpha. Looking real good. Let's see if we got a difference. We'll start out with the Alpha. He was the slower car. What was it, 2150 and 2160s? Good Lord. I think we remember what that Knight Rider ran here just a little bit ago. All right. Hot lap 1 with graphite. From 2150 to 2160s to 2080. Okay. Switch it up. Normally I would say that would be an okay time, but based on what this track might have turned into, I'm not going to say anything. Here we go. Hot lap 2. Pretty damn consistent lane-wise. 2080, 2079. All right, this Mustang, I believe, was in the 20 teens. So I'll have to go put my finger through the finish line at the end here. No big deal. Hot lap 1. And the Mustang E's time is 2085. Let's switch it up. Mustang E, hot lap 2. Bad start, but I don't care. 2091. Let's pair them up together. Winner will face the Knight Rider. Here we go, guys. Race number 1. All Alpha. Looked like the Mustang was gaining a little bit there. 80 to 87, pretty consistent with their single runs. Let's switch it up. Alpha with a 7/1000th advantage. A little more top end, 85 to 92. Another 7/1000 speed. Let's put that Alpha up against the Knight Rider. All right, guys, again, I'm not going to sand the wheels of the Alpha. I do believe there is a difference. This car, as you know, was not in the ranks. I think it was on one of my previous videos. It might have been before this track, though. I can't remember. But it never threatened the ranks before, and I have a feeling just sanding the wheels is going to make a hell of a difference. This guy's going to get his head handed to him, but we're going to run it anyway and then take it from there. Alpha in lane 2, and you saw his wheels. And remember the one that ran at Brandon. So, I mean, I run 2 cars, and they're just, I don't think they're fast at all. And then we got this guy. Let's see what happens. That was interesting. That doesn't happen. 41. Good Lord. All right, let's switch it up and probably be a one and done. Lanes are switched. Race 1. Oh my God. Oh my God. 46 to 88. Obvious one and done. Let's get that Knight Rider in the rank, shall we? This should be fun. I'm not even going to fool around. This has become my fastest XJ. It is number 3 in my my 31 to 40 plastic base. And yeah, this XJ has shown nicely. I think it's going to really like this track. Not sanded, just stock and axles graphite. 36.1 against a previously non-ranked, out of the ranks, 2022 Knight Rider. So you guys that are the modders that can make these stock cars fast, you might want to go look for them. You know, you buy 10 or 20 as you do, and then go do what you do. So this is just one. I have one. Here we go. Oh my. Ooh, there's that XJ. Oh my God, guys. 2039. That was top 24 times just last week, even on this track. Even on this seamless track. 2039 would be a top 24 type time. What are we going to see? Yeah, this XJ is dangerous, at least for this track. Can't speak for if it takes a trip. But this track, it is jaw-dropping. Here we go. Race 2, 3 1,000ths advantage for the XJ, so this is not over by any means. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a difference. There's a beat. 2045 to 2053. Gotta be consistent. And that Knight Rider is consistent. Then the question becomes, what if I put 1,000 grit, like I did on that, on that? I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't want to get into that too deeply, but there's just certain cars like that one that have some potential. I might try to do it, but I might start doing it. Obvious difference. So here's a non-sanded Torino Stalker. Gorgeous. Number 2. Should be interesting. This is a fast-ass car. Can't believe this 2022 Knight Rider is going to maybe beat it. Here we go. Run 1. We'll beat it. Wow. 42 to 49. And that's a fast time for the Torino. Probably a little bit faster than what it was running, maybe by about 3 to 5 thousandths faster with that steel bottom on the carpet. Let's go race 2. Yeah, good boy. I know. We'll get you going outside. We'll get you going outside. No. No. Okay. We were just reworking this. Apologies. Well, what's a video if I don't fuck it up, huh? You like it or you don't. Could care less. Hope you do. But here we go. Race number 1. $43 for the Man of Steel. $45 for the Knight Rider. Race number 2. That was close. Whew, 2 1,000ths difference. Gotta run these bad boys again. That Knight Rider is stupid, guys. It's stupid. All right. Knight Rider in lane 1. Man of Steel in lane 2. 45 for the Knight Rider, 47 for the Man of Steel. Switching them up. Goes through my head, what if I took 1,000 grit to this thing? This thing was a 2080s machine, not even in the ranks. Just doing that, you're seeing what I'm seeing. 2 1,000ths advantage for the Knight Rider. Yeah, what if I took 1,000 grit to the Man of Steel? Holy rip. Okay, run 2, race 2. That is all Man of Steel there. 44 to 53. Finally a bad run for the Knight Rider, but still the number 2 spot. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. We'll do one more thing. Knight Rider is going to be going right there with the asterisk that he is sanded. I'm not going to hide anything. At the same time, just want to see what this blown Camaro does. This is my number 3 blown Camaro. And the ones that are at Brandon's gap this guy. Those 2 cars are absolutely stupid. Here we go. Race 1. I mean, you see the speeds of these cars. The 2 that are there, crush that guy. Crush him.